This is a little bit of a unique show in that I am broadcasting live from my vehicle. We are traveling for the winter breaks, and I have 32 wood pencils for $10. That's right, 32 wood pencils for $10. I know that this may sound very, very, very unique, but this is the reality. 32 pencils for $10. That's right, y'all. 32 pencils for $10. If this is all we've got. What's going on, Demi? I hope that you're well. Merry Christmas, y'all. We've got 32 pencils. 32 pencils for $10. This is not a joke. This is not a game. 32 pencils for $10. If you want me to run it, all pencils, sold as one. That's right. 32 pencils for $10, y'all. 32 pencils for $1. 32 pencils, y'all, for $1. I'm going to go ahead and run it now. This is going to be 32 pencils for $1. Hey, Sherry Jen. We're trying to make this work, y'all. We've got 32 pencils, Beauty Creations, 32 pencils for $10. You can do the math here, guys. We've got several different styles in this one. We've got wine. We have wine about it. You see it here. Hey, Sherry Jen. How are you? We've got all sorts of flavors. Butter up. You see it right here, guys. Several different flavors, several different styles right here, right now. Let's go, somebody. Let's go, let's go, let's go. 32 pencils. 32 pencils. Hey, Samantha. How are you? What's going on, Lori? 32 pencils for $10. All sorts of different styles. They all come, never been opened before. That's right, never been opened before. We're doing our best to make sure that we stay relevant, that we stay consistent, all while traveling, y'all. Keep it saucy. What's on, Jay Corbett? How are y'all? Beauty Creations, guys, all in one package, $10. We're going to run it now. Let's go, y'all. Let's go. 32 pencils right here, right now. You can see it here, guys. 32 pencils, y'all. No games. Never been used before. Hello, Sus Leo. How are you tonight? Thank you so much for being here. I appreciate you. Where are you joining from? So on JD2. Where are we joining from tonight? Hello, hello. How are we doing, everybody? How are we doing? All right, everybody. I tell you what we're gonna do. We're gonna drop the price. We are dropping the price to $5. We are dropping the price from 10 to 5, y'all. We're dropping the price from $10 to $5, y'all. $5 now. $5. We're running it, y'all. We're running it. $5. $5, y'all. $5. $5. You see it right here. $5 for all 32 pencils, guys. $5. $5 for all 32 pencils right here, right now. We went from 10 to 5, y'all. All 32 pencils for $5. You do the math. You cannot beat this. This is Beauty Creations. Never been opened before. You see it, guys. You see the plastic. Never been opened before. I promise you. Check the reviews. We are working towards becoming a better seller, a more preferred seller. Let's grow. Let's grow. Let's grow. Can somebody help me out? We've got 32 pencils for $5. 32 pencils for $5, y'all. All right, should I lower the price? Should I lower the price to start the auction at $1? Aaron. All right, y'all. We're basically giving these away. I need your help. In $5 for 32 pencils. $5, y'all. $5. $5. $5, y'all. $5. $5 for the whole pack. McMitch, how are you? Ba-da-ba-ba-ba. Rick Colleen, how are you? $5, y'all. $5. $5, y'all. $5. $5. $5, somebody. Come on, chat. Let's go, chat. Come on, whatnot. I need y'all. I need y'all. I need y'all. Let's go. Let's go. Jessica, how are you? $5 for 32 pencils, y'all. Tara, $5, y'all. I need your help tonight. This is all I've got. We're trying to make one sale tonight. $5, 32 pencils. Never been opened before. Never have they been opened before. $5 for 32 Beauty Creation pencils. We are shipping these out tomorrow. Who is with us? Check this out. Never been opened before. We need your help, guys. We need your help. We are just the last 2 days on whatnot. We have flatlined, like flatline. I'm not sure why, but we are doing our best to make a mark. You have different color tones, like you had me at espresso. Your cherry sweet, nice and toasty, butter up, cocoa live. You let me know if you are here. Is $5 too much? Is $5 too much, guys? Let's run it again. $5 for 32 pencils, Beauty Creations, guys. I need your help, but not. I need your help. And I appreciate you, Tara Doc. Where are you from, guys? Where are we from? I need your help, y'all. Check this out. All of these pencils from Beauty Creations, they have never been opened before. Never been opened before. Still sealed up, guys. Still sealed up in the plastic. I need your help tonight. Whoop, sorry about that. Sorry about that. It's my fault. We're running it, y'all. Beauty, best thrifty threads. Thank you, Beth. 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 Beth, whether you realize it or not, this means so much to me because you were here and you bought. Beth, I appreciate you. I did. It has been such a struggle, Beth, here on Whatnot here recently. I am not sure what I'm not doing right, and it means a lot. It certainly means a lot. I'm not one to make excuses, but the fact that I was able to make a sale, and you helped me means so much. Um, my goal is to get these out to you tomorrow, Beth. Obviously, with it being the holidays, I'm not sure the travel and the success of what was happening, but we're doing our best to get these out. For those of you that are here, if I could say anything, I'm encouraging myself while I encourage you. Keep keep putting one foot in front of the other. Don't give up on your dreams. I'm literally sitting outside, pushing forward to believe for the best, y'all. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your dreams. Don't give up on your dreams. I hope that you all have a happy holidays. Same to you. Same to you. Amy Joe, I appreciate you. This is all we had tonight. I was gonna run everything as individuals, but it wasn't happening. It just wasn't happening. I don't know. Um, maybe I'm in the wrong space. Maybe I'm in the wrong space. But Beth, you've got 32 wood pencils coming your way. Um, haven't been perfect with every sale. We're doing our level best to make sure that we do right. Don't please everyone in our efforts, but we're doing our best to get things out in a timely fashion to ensure that folks have a nice quality product experience. So we're doing our level best to make sure that things get out in a timely fashion. I appreciate you so very much. This is all we have tonight. We're going to regroup for Christmas Eve. We're still trying to figure out our strategy here. Some days it's going well on Whatnot, and then other days it hasn't been. But Beth, if you don't mind me asking, are you a seller or just a buyer here on Whatnot? Sophie, how are you? Awesome. Hey, Sophie. Yeah, Beth, I was rocking and rolling this summer. I literally was rocking and rolling this summer in the snacking candy space, and then all of a sudden it just like flatlined. I don't know what happened. It just like literally flatlined. Sophie, thank you so much for being here as well. I appreciate you. I really do. Beth, what space are you in, if you don't mind me asking? Have not figured out how to make money yet. Have been losing money, to be honest. Wow, that's tough. That's tough. Women's clothing. Okay, wow, man. That every time I look on the app, I see like that is the most popular category. Seems like women's clothing is always in a very trending vein. So I'm not sure what to make of it. I know I see some sellers that come on, and it's like the community is just there. I mean, they're just there waiting to buy. They're waiting to purchase. Um, not sure what's going on, Jude 122. I appreciate you for being on tonight. But are you going to continue with women's clothing, or are you going to pivot to maybe some other categories? I know too many people. I can only say one. No one swipes up because I don't have many people in my room. Yeah. Oh man, that is. I know the feeling well. I know the feeling well. Um, I've thought about everything from doubling up, which is, I mean, these pencils. I mean, I don't know if you're going to resell, and that's none of my business if you do. I mean, they're supposed to be able to sell for like $2.20 some odd cents a piece, but I mean, I couldn't get them to move, and because you know, yeah, um, I'm gonna pivot, trying to figure out where to go though. Yeah. Um, One of the things that I wish would happen is that there was a way for us to kind of know, what we should be doing to have some type of analytics, other than just viewers. I think analytics would be helpful, whether it be where users are coming from, what time of day. I think that that would be huge. What's going on, Sweat? How are you? Thanks so much for joining. I've done everything from, I don't know. I mean, I'm in my vehicle or in a vehicle. I've done everything from having music in the background. I've stood, I've sat, I've done morning. I've even been on like for hours at a time, like at different hours of the day, just trying to figure it out. Lighting, no lighting, trying to use OBS, not trying to use OBS, casting to YouTube and Twitch. So it really is just trying to figure it out. Are you a part of any community groups, Beth, where they talk about success and strategy? Not really. Okay. I'm a part of one Discord group, and I mean, this is very helpful. I mean, there's some guys in there that are doing like five-figure weeks. Um, I don't know if that's all profit or not, but they talk openly about the success that they're having. I'm happy for them. Um, I really am. I mean, they have a team that's helping them. It hasn't been a one person show. Certainly, it has been a team, and I think what I'm seeing sellers do that have scaled their efforts, they have a team, and that team could be anywhere from two people to more than two people, whether that be fulfillment or it's just time spent on the app. What's going on, Kinsey? Thanks so much for being here. We're just talking about perhaps ways to grow on Whatnot, and it has been a challenge. It has not come without any type of uh, pain and pressure points for myself, but really just trying to grow, really just trying to be intentional about growth, to do things differently. Uh, I have considered. Are you, Beth? Are you going live on Christmas Day, or are you just spending time with family and friends? Hmm. Yes, 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 yes. Absolutely. Um, I think if you look at some of the YouTube videos that are out there with sellers who've had success, they've been on Whatnot for years. I don't really see them interviewing many people that have been on Whatnot just within the past couple of months and just kind of skyrocketed after a few weeks or a few months from being on. Um, some sellers actually have a brick and mortar show, so it kind of dovetails between success with in person and them being able to do a live show. I think a lot of the sellers that I see them interviewing, they have been on Whatnot for more than a year, which isn't a bad thing. I think it just kind of goes to show the type of intentionality that it has to be there. Also, one of the other things that I've noticed, and I don't know how they do it, maybe they just make a huge sacrifice, is that they're on more than 4 hours a day. like 4 hours plus every day. And I'm not sure what station of life you're in, but that seems to be what a lot of people are able to do that are selling at scale. Is like Whatnot really, really, really rewards you for time spent on the app. How many hours a day are you typically going? I do shows like every 2 weeks. I just get down, losing, get down, then I try again. Yeah. Um, I don't know if it would help, but if there is a way, even if it's late at night, again, it's none of my business if you have a family or not. But if you're able to maybe do 30 minutes every day, 6 days a week. Now, I don't do shows on Sundays, but maybe if you're able to do 30 minutes a day, maybe you're able to do an hour a day um, to get your bearings up. I'm not sure if you want this to just be a side hustle or a full time thing, but just observing some of the sellers that I've seen who have scaled and done this at a clip that helps them to release themselves from whatever other jobs that they have. They're on almost every day. Yeah. Certainly though, social commerce is appears to be a growing factor with e-commerce. I was about to say trend, but I don't even think it's a trend. I think Home Shopping Network, QVC, from decades ago in its traditional format, has really stuck around. Right, right. I almost think that it would be helpful if Whatnot kind of had a coaching experience. Maybe where you had a cohort and they just really did a deep dive and kind of talked about some of those things like, are there peak hours of the day in certain time zones? Are there some categories that are a lot more favorable? Right. Great point. Great point. Doomable, how are you? What's going on, everybody? I hope 2025 is finishing well for you. I know that the holidays can be a different time of year. Awesome. How are the shows going for you? Spectacular. Wow. That is great. So y'all, what space are you in, Doom? Basketball cards. That's what's up, man. I'm so happy for you. So happy for you that things are going well. Uh, Everyone, it's only a few of us here. Doomable, if you could help me, Beth just supported me. Could you follow her? Beth, Doomable is a newer seller. I mean, I have no massive following to send his way, but every follower would help, I assume. Doomable is on Whatnot, y'all. Doomable, I appreciate you so, so, so very much for your support. It means a whole lot to have you here. Um, I hope this year ends strong for everyone. And going well. I followed. Nice, 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 nice. So Beth, Thrifty Finds, I have followed you. And Beth, for someone to have only be on like every 2 weeks, I mean, I don't, how long have you been on Whatnot? Yeah, yeah, absolutely. Wow. So you've sold almost 1,000 items in women's clothing since September? That's amazing. I mean, yeah. I mean, you're selling, but I do hear your comments that you're losing money, and I know that um, I know that that can be a tough spill pill to swallow, especially trying to justify um, the revenue generation. But that's amazing, though. I mean, that's really, really, really amazing. I mean, 900 sales since September. And you've only been on since September. That's amazing. I think you should give yourself more credit. Really do. That's what's up. That is really what's up. And then the fact that you're on every 2 weeks. Yeah. So um again, I don't know what type of women's clothing you're selling, but you might want to keep rocking it out. It's not going to be winter always. I mean, spring will be, depending upon what climate you're in, it's going to be turning around soon, and then you'll have another wave of opportunity to really, really, really reach out to more people. That's what's up. Lexi, what's going on? I appreciate everybody that's here tonight. Thank you so much again, Beth. Our shows have always been about positivity and motivation and encouragement, to really encourage people to believe for the best, um, to get the mindset and mind frame that you're not your worst mistake, that you're not defined by your biggest failure, but there is so much more potential in all of us. Um, you got to continue to fight. You got to continue to believe. You got to continue to go out and absolutely excel. So give yourselves credit for standing up, for showing up. So many people don't show up. So many people don't show up. Believe in your dreams. If I could say anything to any of us, that I mean, I know it's only a few of us here on this show, but I would say believe in your dreams. Believe in your dreams. Whoever I'm talking to on the other side of the screen, um, believe in your dreams. Some of us have encouraged everybody else, their projects, their dilemmas, their highs, their lows, but somehow we forgot about ourselves. What's up, Sophie? Believe in your dreams. Believe in you. Sometimes you got to pat your own self on the back and just believe in you. All right. Believe in you, y'all. If you got to write that on a post-it note, send yourself a reminder at a certain time every day that you got this. That you got this. Yeah. Yeah. Bloom Essentials. What's going on? Love Terry. What's going on? Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Absolutely. Thank you. You got this. You got this. You got this. And I'm gonna say this even further. I've just discovered that somehow, some way you no, no, but seriously, I mean, this is probably the most awkward show I've done, and probably the most awkward show you've seen anybody else be on. Like literally, I'm traveling for the holidays, and I knew that I needed to go live, so I grabbed my ring light and I said, you know what, this may be odd and awkward, but I have got to figure out what not. But that's about me. Back to just everybody else as we go into 2026, and this isn't me, and I know everybody's not on like, a religious tip or anything like that. But one of the things that my pastor was saying recently is that in 2026, we've got not just to have focus, we've got to have fierce focus. So, however that applies to whoever I'm talking to, be focused, and not just focused, be fiercely focused on your dreams, on your goals. For a lot of us, that may say no to a lot of good things. Like, as we close out this year, there are a lot of good things that we're just going to have to say no to. Like, this is going to have to be a year where some people may, unfortunately, God bless you. Thank you so much, Bloom. Some people may be offended by you not always being available. Like, you're not accessible anymore. Like, are you doing that whatnot thing again? Like, yeah. I this is And if they don't understand, maybe it's not so much a problem that you have. That's their problem. It's their problem. It's their problem. Not your problem. That you want to prioritize you, that you believe for better, that you believe that your dreams have as much weight and attention getting validation as anybody else's. And don't be afraid to put yourself first in a healthy way to say it. Sometimes the answer is no, I can't come. Nope. Well, you used to do this. I can't do it anymore. Well, you used to. I can't do it anymore. And we don't have to wait till January the 1st. We can start right now. Whatever time zone you're in, whatever station you're in, and you may just have to tell some people, it's not forget you. It's not like, you're canceling people. It's just a respectful boundary that's being set. I have a goal to earn X number of dollars per week on Whatnot. And let's be specific. If it's Whatnot that you are aiming to be a part of, at least, and again, I know I'm probably talking to myself and I'm not an expert in this, but as we are having a collective conversation, just just a few of us here, it is, we have got to set margins to say, okay, I know that there are people doing six figures a year, which means that they are doing very well per month, very well per week, very well for the days that they're on. So as we backtrack the efforts, what is it that they're doing differently that I can model the behaviors around? It's not about being identical. And I'm happy for everyone's success. I'm sure you're happy for everyone's success. But how do we get to a place where we say, I'm going to set myself up for success so that we get to this time next year at the end of 20? You know what? Maybe we should have a reunion. Maybe we should have a reunion a year from tonight and decide that we're going to link up together and say, you know what? On December the 23rd, we talked about this. We talked about this, that I want to have earned X amount in profit a year from now. A year from now. And not only that, but what friend groups, what adjustments are we willing to make? And who are we giving permission to speak to us? Who are we giving permission to tell us no? Who are we giving permission to tell us that we have to stay disciplined, that we have to stay focused? I believe that. I really, really, really do believe that. I really, really do believe that. That would be so cool. We should, I know, Whatnot tells us not to message each other and stuff like that on different platforms, but that you can't, I mean, Whatnot even tells you that I mean, it only allows you to set out your shows so far in advance. But that would be so, so, so. What's going on, Keisha? That would be dope if we said, okay, somehow we were able to create our own group that, look, this is the 10K a month group. You know what? Not 10K. Maybe this is the 1K a month. That's our collective goal. Everybody on our team is striving to get 1K a month profit. It's $12,000 a year. And if you exceed it, great. If you didn't, the creator show and message people who are interested, maybe a 6-month check-in. What? Bloom. Hello. Creator show and message people who are interested, maybe do a 6-month check-in. I love it. 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 I'm grabbing a note. 6 months from today, we're in June. We are in June. So Bloom, all right. If all right, I'm not on any type of conspiracies, but if you're willing to do a 6-month check-in, type the word check-in in the chat, and I'm gonna follow you. If you're willing to do a 6-month check-in, everybody that's here, I know it's only a few of us. I know Bloom is here. I know Beth is here. So we got Bloom, Beth, Bloom, Beth. Who else is here? Selena. All right, Bloom. Bloom. Let's do this. All right, Bloom. I just followed you. Wow. What's going on? How are you? Tima, thank you so very much. I appreciate you for being here, man. Oh man, it's good to see you. I'm just talking, motivating myself, and hopefully I'm motivating other people here. Oh man, I was just talking. Well, I definitely got to give a shout out to Bloom and Beth. I am traveling for the holidays, and before I left, I said I've got to be able to have a show regardless. And so I was struggling to sell some, but Beth has bought all of these. Beth has bought all of these. So shout out to Beth. Uh, I appreciate you, Beth. But we're just talking about how to grow on the platform, how to scale up, um, how to just make whatnot work in a way that not that you're envious of anybody else, but and it's not even a but. How do we model their success? I mean, is it literally, I don't know, carving? I know mindset. Mindset is everything. You got to believe, you got to know that Marie Forleo. I am, so I don't really read a lot of books, but I will say this. I don't know Beth, Tima, Bloom. Google this book. Everything is Figure Outable by Marie Forleo. I'm going to put Marie Forleo, Marie Forleo. If you can get this book, Marie Forleo. Marie Forleo, everything is, that's the author. That's the author. Marie Forleo, everything is figure outable. And one of the things that she talks about is mindsets and beliefs and frameworks. Of course, it's not all belief, but you've got to be able to have a mindset and then obviously go out and execute and understand that there is something more inside of you. So I don't know again if y'all into audiobooks or not, but I've been listening to that audiobook. But this tonight has just really been about affirming yourself, encouraging yourself to know that there is something more, there's something bigger in all of us. And so Bloom, I just on a whim said a year from now, we would all likely do a check-in to see where we are. And then I think Bloom said we should do a 6-month check-in. So I'm gonna message Bloom and I'm gonna message Beth, and we're gonna see where we are in June of 26. And just be honest, here are the highs, here are the lows. Here's what we're trying to do that's different that will help us to grow. Because Beth said that she's been on since September. She's sold over 900 products, but she has been losing money. Bloom, are you also a seller here on I just followed you. I didn't check your profile or anything like that. Handmade bath and body products. That's what's up. That's what's up. Love it. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. That's great. How has it been? Well, first, Bloom, how long have you been on Whatnot and how is it going for you? I'm not a good person to ask. Okay. Okay. It's a fair response. That's a fair response. Fair response. No pressure. No pressure. Tim, I appreciate you for being here. Um, I know that you've transitioned a bit and took a long hiatus. Okay. Sometimes life is lifing. Sometimes, other priorities take precedence, and I totally get it. Totally get it. I too started in January of this year. Have been able to sell over 2,000, but that was after the spring just really not having a clear guide as to how to make whatnot work. But that's what's up. It's great that you have a good perspective on the fact that this long hiatus caused some interruptions. But at least you're trying. At least you're trying, which is a good thing. Do you also do like makers market and flea markets and craft shows as well with your bath products? No, I haven't. Okay. So exclusively online. Totally understand. Tim, you have any perspective? I know volume is a thing that you've really, championed me about in a show recently, as just having the volume to be able to scale. Is there anything else? I mean, Bloom, Beth, myself, that we can glean from you about to grow here on Whatnot? Focus on small, higher value items. Um, do you mean like utility items like electronics and make shipping worth it? Okay, that's what's up. Love it. Thank you. Thank you. I think that was definitely an area that I struggled with, and finally kind of figured it out a little bit more. Uh, is that when you start out on Whatnot? Yeah, yeah. I haven't seen the custom soaps, but there's someone that I saw on Instagram just saying that it was through soap making that she was able to stay at home, spend time with the littles, and grow a business and hire family and friends to help her run the shop. That's what's up. That is what's up. And I don't know if it would help Bloom. And sometimes it's not exclusively just to get your name out there, but it really could be dope if there was like an elementary school or some type of rec center, or maybe some type of show where you aligned yourself with you know and I don't know anybody's story here, but where you aligned yourself maybe with a women's shelter, a women's homeless shelter, or a women's recovery center, coming out of addiction or coming out of abusive relationships. Or, you said, the first Friday in November, we're going to do a freedom show, and this is going to be, to rescue women from human trafficking. I don't know what city you're in, but these are just some of the ideas that came to me, that even if you don't know them, you just make a personal commitment that whatever percentage you decide that you want to do, it could go towards that. I mean, that could be a champion cause for you. I don't know if that makes any sense, Beth, for you either. Um, you know, I don't know, but that's just what came to my head. You know, and then it could just be like a recurring thing. It's something I've thought about where I am is actually to reach out to people and be explicit, like, hey, I want this to be a win-win, and maybe just set a goal at the end of the show, a micro donation of $100 to help with groceries or help with whatever could go a long way for some nonprofit groups, because there will always be those larger philanthropic organizations that have big boards, that have big donors, but it's more for those that are at the grassroots level. Maybe it's an adopt a classroom. Maybe it's a nursing home. There's so many ways to spin it with soap. Maybe you target, families that are um, needing a more calming agent in their soap for a child that may be on the spectrum. Um, that could be a game changer as well. Many ways, many ways, many ways. I do think though having those ideas are good. Getting the audience in your show when you see, I mean, we've all seen them. I mean, people running shows with two, three, four, 500 people. It's like, man, what's the key difference? How do I get to 100 consistent? How do I get to dozens consistently? But that's what's up. But I have taken notes though. I do think we need to do that 6 month show. Um, back in or excuse me, not back, but in June 23rd is a Tuesday. June 23rd is a Tuesday. And maybe we could do like a 6 month check-in and just discuss the highs and lows of it all. That would be really, really dope. Really dope. Do you all I can't wait. You know what? We may even need to. I mean, no, we're all busy. I know we're all busy, and joining another group is probably like, oh my gosh, another task. But I think one of the keys that will be different for me is getting some accountability to do the small things right. Because to be at 6 months, even if you made a personal goal, look, January 31st, I want to have made $1,000 profit. You know, that I mean, that would be significant. That would be significant. I don't know if all of us are trying to do this full time, or if we're still holding down the traditional job while doing this at night. But I think that may kind of get a sense that may be what most of us are doing, which is totally fine. But how do we get to a place where, you know what, I consistently made $50 a day profit. I make consistently 75. You know what? I've consistently made $100 a day profit, and getting people around you that have a same mission and goal. Um, what being a part of I'm talking about less than like a very, very micro, micro group, not hundreds of people, but I mean, maybe like a dozen max, maybe 10 max. Would that be of interest to anyone? Okay. Bloom says yes. All right. I will message us, and this and this would be around shared common goals. I mean, the goal could even, I say $1,000 a month. It may even be for the collective efforts in January. You know what we said? The goal is to make $100 by January 31st. $100 profit. Like something minimal, but that's with the understanding that, yeah, it may seem kind of small, but at the same time, that's what's up. Love it. I'm gonna give a W for that. Just because we're thinking about winning. Um, something doable. Yes, something doable. And understand, and we have a shared goal, because people can screenshot numbers, and that's okay. Nothing wrong with it. But if you can know that, look, I have 4 or 5 people. We all have the same common goal. Somebody may be selling women's clothes. Somebody may be selling candy. Somebody may be selling, soaps. But we held ourselves accountable. We sold X and we made $100 profit. What repeatable actions, what repeatable mindsets, what repeatable time frames did we do, considering, and everybody may be different. Someone may be going to a thrift store, getting there. Someone maybe so it's not all the same, but there's a common goal. I put 20% into this, and I X'd this. Um, so I don't know. Some of the details will have to work itself out. But that's one of the things that like, and I just started listening to this book today. Just started listening to this book today. If you're on Audible or any of these other audio-based apps, Marie Forleo, Everything is Figure Outable. That's the title of the book. And I don't even think that's a word. Everything is Figure Outable. Without going into any, details, Bloom, what time zone are you in? Beth, what time zone are you in? Eastern. Okay, me too. I'm not in Eastern right now, but I am in the Eastern time zone. Pacific. Okay. All right. Well, we may have to try to figure out how to, you know, make it work somehow. somehow make it work. And I think the beauty of this is, and with all due respect to other groups that you've been, I mean, you can get overwhelmed by people saying, "Man, I made $50,000 in a week." That, and you're not even, close to that. I mean, that is good. I mean, that is helpful, but that is also a massive effort. And it's sort of like, having a toddler just learning how to walk, and you've got somebody that's a world class sprinter. Like that conversation isn't even comparable. Um, that's what's up. That's what's up. Okay. So what I will do is I will message you, Beth. I will message you, Bloom. Um, Tim, I'm not sure if Tim is. I mean, he was pulling numbers on whatnot. I'm not sure if our efforts would be too modest uh, to have you be a part of it, but it would be helpful just to be able to know that, hey, we set a plan by January 31st. We would have earned X, and maybe, who knows, February that could have doubled. But be willing to be held accountable through the process. And I'll say this again: you're not your worst mistake. You're not your biggest failure. Okay. Um, awesome, awesome, awesome. Love it, love it, love it, love it, love it. But to do something different, you've got to do something different. You know, to do something different, to have different results, we've got to be able to willing to do something differently. Um, I'm showing 11:48 Central Time where I am currently. So I know it's almost 1 o'clock for Beth, or we're getting pretty late for Bloom, and want to be respectful for everybody's time. But if there's anything that we could share and learn and grow together, so that in 6 months from now, we know that, hey, we made a conscious decision to no, I don't even know, not even sure where to begin, other than to just show up on Whatnot, to say, you know what, we made $100 profit by the end of January. Um, so that we're not having the same conversation, so that none of us are, to say, you know what, I've stopped losing money and I've started earning a profit. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. Um, any closing thoughts? Any closing thoughts? Beth, I appreciate you. I appreciate you. You kind of got all this started with the pencils, so I appreciate you. And Bloom, I'm not even sure how you found my show, but I'm glad that you're here. I am super glad that you're here. All right, y'all. Well, I'm not sure if you'll be on tomorrow or not. That's not essential. But please, happy holidays. If I may say so, Merry Christmas. I hope that you all have a great, great, great rest of your evening as we begin to think and strategize. Uh, yeah, yeah, yep, yep. Absolutely, Beth. Absolutely, Beth. Absolutely, Bloom. Um, Sometimes there's so much more in common that we have, even if that common is a pressure point. Sometimes it's good to have commonalities when things are going well, but you know what? Let's see how my win is your win and your win is my win. Yep, absolutely. Well, let your confidence grow tonight. Let your confidence grow tonight, Bloom. Uh, to know that, hey, at least don't give up on Whatnot for another 6 months. you know, at least that much. You know what? At least don't give up on Whatnot till January 31st. That's it. That's it. So here's the thing. So Bloom and Beth, I'm not saying that you have to sell 100 products. I'm not saying that I have to sell 100 products. But if all of us can commit to, I don't know, maybe selling 20 products or 50 products at $2, because you got to factor in your shipping. I think one of the things that we all can do is plan, and that part is free. How many products do I think I have to sell to get to 100? How many products do I think I have to sell to get to $100 in profit? Uh, I think is a good thing as well. So um, appreciate you, Beth. Appreciate you, Bloom. This has been maybe this was the plan all along, is that I would meet fellow whatnot sellers who are working towards becoming um, a better version of a business person by the end of the year than what we thought possible. So I appreciate y'all. God bless. Y'all have a great night, and I'll be in touch real soon. Have a great night. Oh, great question. So it's just the two of us here. Who should we raid? Who should we raid? Shop 801 Lane. All right. Here we go. Shop 801 Lane. Let's see.